all hate that guilty feeling we get whenever we are procrastinating on something. We would rather do normal stuff like hanging out with our friends, watching a movie or a Netflix show, or anything else rather than doing something productive. Then we realize that we wasted the time that we had in our hands, ultimately leading up to stress and anxiety. If this situation sounds familiar, then you are not alone, and welcome to the world. And today I am going to tell you about some tips and tricks that will help you to beat the procrastination once and for all. Tip number 1: figuring out the cause of procrastination. That is to identify the reasons, and it can be anything ranging from your smartphone, fear of not succeeding out, messy environment around you, among many others. Although this is not the actual step to stop procrastination, but it's wise to know about your opponent before facing them. And once you know the reasons that are stopping you from doing the productive work and leading you to procrastinate, just jot them down on a piece of paper and crumble that paper and throw it into dustbin. Yes, throwing that crumbled paper into dustbin. And it will not just make you feel good, but take you one step forward into the game of beating the devil procrastination. Step number 2: splitting off bigger tasks into small manageable ones. And by splitting bigger tasks into small ones, it will not just get the job done, but also increase the workflow. And you won't have the feelings of burning out or feeling overwhelmed at all. Once you sit down and start doing your work, it's the halfway towards achieving your goal, because the start is the most difficult part. Step number 3: prioritize your tasks and always start with the hardest and most time consuming ones. And it might sound difficult at first, at the beginning, at the start, but as I already said, start is the hardest part. And once you will get into the mode of doing things, you will find it easier, and you will also realize that you don't hate such dreadful tasks at all. As our brain tends to make things worse than they actually are. And once you realize that how your brain tricks you, then you are one step close to beat the procrastination. Step number 4: work for a specific amount of time. That is, you need to keep a track of things that you are doing during the productive time. You can also apply the Pomodoro method, in which you can work for 1 hour with a break of 5 to 10 minutes. It is going to be helpful as you have already started your task and won't feel resistance to start over again. So definitely you will get more of your work done and you will feel more productive, and in this way the workflow won't stop at all. Step number 5: do those activities you would rather do while procrastinating. Just set the time limit so that you won't feel overwhelmed and you just keep on doing those tasks rather than doing the actual work. Step number 6: set accountability. That is, you need to remain accountable to someone. It can be anyone, your parents, your siblings, or your friends. But if you are among the people who like to get things done by themselves, then I would say rather write down the things on sticky notes and stick it on the wall, or you can just type it on your computer or your phone and make it as your desktop wallpaper or phone wallpaper. And this way it will be a constant reminder to you to get all these things done within the time. Step number 7: set time limits. That means you have to set time limits to each and every task, and you have to complete the task within the time frame that you have assigned to them. And this way most of the things will get done, if not all. You have to also keep in mind that you can't be rigid here. Some flexibility is must, and you have to show some flexibility out here so that you will be able to do the tasks and not procrastinate again. You can also record the data on a planner so that you will have a clear frame of reference of doing certain things at your hand. And once you get the job done, in your leisure time you can read a book. As it is said, a book is a man's best friend. Or you can do anything else that pleases you. Rather than reading a book, you can go out with your friends, you can enjoy a hot sip of coffee. After all, you have done so much of hard work, so you definitely deserve a reward. And this brings to me the last step, that is to reward yourself. You can have some chips or chocolates or anything else in the form of reward, and it will also boost your productivity in the long run. So that's all I had for this video. Hope you liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.